Hey everybody, Koosemose here, back again with Last Dream World Unknown. So, as I said last episode, I spent quite some time in the casino. Got my high roller status. What is this? No idea. And let's just see what these are. Insanely fast is what they are. Alright. What about the rest of these? Bullseye and button matching. Of course, I think this is the, highest of the high? I don't know. The ultimate high rollers. Shimmy hard. I mean, ultimate sounds hardest, right? Well, let's get the price. 10,000 versus 2,000. Now let's see what this is like. Virtually impossible. Yep. And finally, the ultimate input match. Let's try this one. Whew, I can do it. That's a fair bit of tokens are earned in a very short time period. What are you, sir? High roller shop wares. What do you have? Ambrosias. Pretty useful. I mean, I can duplicate almost all of this with my fish. Being able to buy the resurrection elixirs, pretty nice. I don't think you can do that normally. That's what those. High-end bombs, I like those. Some rings. I think I mostly have. These are pretty good if I just want to focus on SP. I don't need that many of them. Just buy 4. Magic Defense, HP, MP. Alright, I think I'm probably good. Let's just buy some of each bomb. I did that wrong. Trying to get nice even numbers. There we go. So 25 of these. 24 of those. I did that wrong also. And 12 of these. Alright, we have a fair number of these perfect SP orbs, and we can buy more. That's probably one of the better uses. But for now, we have some nice, really powerful bombs that I don't mind using, because what else are we going to use the money for, right? And the high rollers. Friends, right? No need to get violent. And we can take a dip in the pool. Nope, not again. Quit. Okay, go up. Quit doing that. Well, he's a little scared of me after me fighting the guards. Oh, so long ago, it feels like. Now, one last place we need to go to once I find my way. Really, aha, there we go. You, sir. I also snuck out and got the stuff I needed to make myself a fishing spear. So, finally, we can do that. A warding shield? Ooh. Well, this is ruby based, so let's go ahead and do that, I think. It has a reasonable chance of being better. Of course, I did get a bunch of H's gear, so, maybe not. Do I have anything else that is based on ruby? Ruby axe? Well, anything ruby that I actually use, I should say. No, and I think I'm mostly above the... Never hungry. Okay. It must be from the fishing, right? I really... That increases magic defense. Yeah, I just picked him up an Aegis Shield and 20 defense in exchange for... That's not too bad. I think this is probably worth it for him. Just based on how badly he's gotten hammered. Of course, I've done things to crank up my pre. I probably should still switch that around, but it'll be fine. Okay, let's see how quickly we can find our way down. And finally, out into the world. And I believe they wanted us to go to all the capitals. So we've been to one, we should presumably go back. Actually, I want to see where in the heck. Like, oh, I did not notice this. Okay, let's go ahead and save and see what this is all about. Wandering Soul. Is there any... This sounds very peaceful. I don't know if it is peaceful, in fact. And a little ominous. Oh! Aha! Let's read the book first. The Writings of Jairus. Over the accelerating decades, my resentment has partly receded. What remains now from this mixed childhood is a desire to scoop up the reflective boy from his oppressive world, offer the reassuring embrace of contentment and strength, and show him a more hopeful, accepting world. I'm assuming these are the rest of this book, so let's try from the beginning. My tangled adolescence was a thunderstorm of punishment, filled with confused notions of glowering guards as surrogate parents. I understood only that life was suffering, and extended periods were endured under the poisoned gloom of suppressed rage and self-hatred. As I grew, I played a part in this sickness too, but I was only a child. Then I woke up. I realized my fellow prisoners had an intrinsic worth befitting an existence free from constant pain. In their reflection, I choked out the whispered words, "I have worth too," and eventually came to mean it. I devised a plan to escape the cold iron gates and succeeded, with lifelong friends. Lo, family by my side. Okay. Take your presumably mining bombs, yep. Chest is locked. How dare you, sir? Ah, welcome, weary strangers. You have the grave look of burdened warriors. I've seen faces like yours only once before, on the only true leader I ever knew, Lord Jairus. I'm not alone in my admiration for him, yet I may be alone in feeling that such people are strikingly rare. Bright beacons that light the way for others and then, sadly, go dark. Tell me, why is it you have come here? Are you merely wanderers, or do you know your purpose? Share tales of your unlikely multi-world journey with the peaceful sage? Yes. I see, and you share these fanciful tales because you believe me to be a dying, isolated man? Well, that's quite all right. I am dying, and I have no one to tell. So, dying and isolated. Your miraculous story echoes older times. They remind me of the myths of my youth. Multiple worlds, cosmic events, time loops, and such things. Frankly, I don't believe your interpretation of your experiences. I suspect the truth is much more ordinary, but that is no matter. I can see that you sincerely believe what you say. And in that regard, you may be able to help each other. If you could teach me a powerful skill, I have something I could offer you in return. Could you teach me salvation, aligning chakras, throat slit, eternal arrow, self-preservation, will of life, double cast, or weaponsmith? Yes? I haven't learned any of those. Okay. Interesting. I may well wish to come back here. If I can remember it. I forgot to have my notebook out and ready for usage. Is there anything else here? Oh good, that's on the map now. Alright, so that makes me confident I'll be able to at least know a thing is here. I forgot to have my notebook out for taking notes. So hopefully we don't come across anything noteworthy. Check to leave? Yes, please. So, where should we head first? Do we head to where we've already been? Or do we head to somewhere new? Well, let's take a look at our map. Also, they wanted us to go... Let's see, first off, south... Yeah, let's hit Theopolis, because, I mean, it is pretty close. The radar fellow wanted us to go some places. I'm surprised they actually lived through that, to be honest with you. Considering the amount of damage I've cranked up now, the ICBM, they should not survive. Alright, of course we scan. Scan all the things. Yep, nearly 10,000 damage. That'll do. That'll do. Let's head around the coast here. And we want to land on the southern coast of, I believe the island is called Orphos. Are we on track? Pretty close to it, yeah. Well, let's try not to run into rocks. Perfect. Okay, and I'm pretty sure we've spoken to all of these fellows. Well, maybe not. I don't have the mining bombs, and I haven't stolen their stuff from outside yet. So, let's chat to them. This is the best post in the entire Orphean military. There hasn't been an incident at this border crossing since the Great War. Oh, good for you, buddy. Ah, and I have not gotten his chest either. So let's see what else there might be. Mag Ward, lovely. I mean, I don't often use those, but when I do, it's for an extremely difficult boss fight, so. This is one of only a handful of posts that allow soldiers to drink while on duty. As long as that remains true, I'll be a happy man. Otherwise, this would be a very boring post. Yeah, that's understandable. Ooh, chest pick. Resurrection elixirs, lovely. Military bureaucracy by Alexander. During the Great War, the generals leading the Orphean military and the Theopolis ruling council butted heads over the course that the war should take. Many believe that the war could have ended years earlier if the council had stayed out of the affairs of generals. Some also blame the subsequent overthrow by the Mad King Argus on this internal conflict. Interesting. I'm surprised. Maybe I just, cut through here real quick or something. But I really do feel like... Let's see, hit those two bridges. Yeah. Alright. We've got a nice easy... You know what? We've got a Moa. No reason to just plod along like animals. Let's try the fishing game real quick also. Old fishing spear. Okay, it's one of these. Oh, it's terrible. Of course, I have a better chance to catch good fish anyways, thanks to the hunter. But I would prefer it if I could actually do halfway decent. Good lord. I'm gonna get this. One of these, just one at once. Just one at once. I don't know if these fish are any good. There we go, finally got it. And a blackfish. Alright. I might spend a little bit of time doing that. Whoops, left my bird behind. Not quite so easy to just, mindlessly do that one as it is the other fishing game. But that's the only way we're going to get the really good rewards. Okay, so... I need to find a researcher here somewhere. You know what, let's do that later. Let us first go and talk to the rulers. Well, not the actual rulers. But the temporary ones. Anything to say? Nothing. Literally nothing to say. Okay, is there a way? Main hall and throne room. Excellent. So, let's go right to left this time. As long as I represent the wise and tolerant citizens... yeah, we've read that already. But you. Friend, we received word from Estonia that you would be arriving. The World Council gave instructions to try to help you learn more about the truth behind Rockwood's destruction. I've racked my brain thinking about where you should turn next. Unfortunately, we've heard no strange rumors that would be of use to you. As usual, when I come to a dead end, I turn to the Royal Historian. He almost always has some bit of useful advice. You can find him at the top of the Eastern Tower. I'm sorry that we couldn't be more helpful. Royal Historian is over 100 years old and perhaps the oldest living human in all of Firma. He has held his post for over 75 years. Can you imagine? Goodness. So probably nearly 100. Okay, how do I get to the towers? Maybe out this way? That's obviously not the direction of the towers. And this... This way maybe? Castle kitchen. Ah, but we have stairs up. And a plant in the way. Stairs are promising. Going to assume I've successfully looted all that. Alright, we've got 4 people in here. Oh, first one right away. Who sent you? Oh, the interim city supervisor. That rapscallion. I remember when he was a young boy dashing around these halls and raising hell. Sorry, you want any information I may have regarding Rockwood's destruction? That's difficult. There are many rumors floating around, but I don't give any of them any weight. Let me think. Full 10 minutes pass with the royal historian in silent thought. Well, I'm not sure how much use this will be, but something very strange happened to me when I was a child. This would have occurred just about 100 years ago. I remember it well because it was the day that my father died. Yes, let's watch the cutscene as he tells us this lovely story. We were hunting in the wilderness to the southeast of Theopolis when we spied a great buck and tracked it through the forest. Quiet, son. Do you see it? That's the finest buck I've ever seen. It'd make a great prize for your first hunt. Wow, it's amazing. Do we have to kill it, Dad? That's the way of the world. It's a majestic animal, but we need the food. People in town are hungry, and that beast could fend off starvation for a bit longer. It's heading north. Let's track it a bit further until we find an open area where you can get a good shot with your bow. Follow me and watch your step. We wouldn't want to startle the beast. Okay. Oddly, the buck entered the cave. My father was a brave man, but he was startled by the animal's odd behavior. Still, this was my first hunt, and he wanted me to enter manhood, so we followed the buck. Don't make any sudden movements. You don't want to startle it. Carry out your bow very slowly. Oh no, it's getting away! That's strange. I've never seen a buck enter a cave before. But this may be our best opportunity. It'll be trapped now. Are we going to follow it, Dad? Yes, keep your bow drawn so that you're ready when an opportunity presents itself. We entered the cave and found it to have an unnatural spiral down into the ground. I could sense my father's nervousness from the way he kept his bow taut at all times as we descended. Stay behind me, son. There's something odd about this cave, but something tells me that the buck is just around the next bend. Yes, Father. I was either too young or too stupid to realize the strangeness of our situation. There it is again. I thought we'd lost it. I don't think I can do it. Take your time. Calm your breathing and aim. I know you can do it. It's getting away. It's alright, we'll get it. It has nowhere to run. After following the spiral for what seemed like an eternity, we entered into a massive chamber to find dozens of elves, goblins, and humans, all standing as still as stone. What the hell? What are all these people doing down here? Daddy, I'm scared. Let's go. In all my years, I've never witnessed anything that has shocked me so thoroughly to my core. At that moment, I realized our peril, but it was too late. I tugged my father's sleeve to leave, but when I peered up into his face, he had a dead look in his eye. He walked forward silently to join the others. Daddy, please! And on goes the buck, presumably to lure them in? Interesting, the buck is presiding over them? I forgot that was not my story. It's about trying to move the sun around. No! I was so frightened that I left my father and raced back up to the surface. I'm not sure how I managed to survive the wilderness, but I made my way back to Theopolis. Whoa, slow down. What's the rush? No time to explain. Me could have explained to him, maybe? Who knows? I rushed to tell my mother, knowing that I was not a boy who told lies and that I had left with my father. She believed my story. Oh, you poor thing, you're shaking. What's wrong? It's Dad. He's trapped in a cave. What? Blessed Veneer, we need to tell the townspeople and get help. Other residents were not so believing of my story, especially the part concerning the hundreds of entranced beings that I had seen at the bottom of the cave. Ma'am, I have me no respect, but the boy's story sounds a bit far-fetched. My child does not tell lies. He left with his father this morning. His father didn't return. Surely you won't deny that we should investigate this cave. I agree that the story is hard to believe, but something has happened to the boy's father. Even if the boy isn't telling the truth, we should explore this cavern for clues. That sounds reasonable. We better set out now so that we can return before dark. We'll lead the way. The boy can give us directions to the cave. When we reached the bottom of the cave, it was utterly deserted. There's nothing here. Are you sure this is the place? Yes, the people were everywhere. Where did they go? This is the last place you saw your father? Yes, it was right here. You have to believe me. I'm sorry, but there's absolutely no evidence that anyone was here. There aren't even any footprints in the dirt. We should explore elsewhere. No, it was here. Please, you have to find my dad. Sorry, but this is a waste of time. We'll have to continue the search tomorrow. It'll be getting dark soon. Let's head out. I don't understand. Where could your father be? We can't lose him. My father was never seen again. I often wonder how things would have been different if we hadn't followed that buck that day. Perhaps it is completely unrelated, but it is certainly a strange and mysterious event, along the lines of the destruction of Rockwood. Please, venture out into the wilderness and find the cave. It's located to the east of Theopolis. As far as I know, no one ever ventures there. I dearly hope that it's not a waste of time, but if you do find anything, please return to me and let me know what you found. Alright, so heading on... not that way. Heading on down over this way. And down. Down, down, down. So let's head out of the city and check out this spiral cave. See if we can find anything of interest. Right, all the way through the town. I'll check back out of the town later and figure out what and who I need to speak to here. So somewhere east. Should we check our map? This Mercenaries Guild camp. There's a cave here. And kind of roundish. Maybe that's it. Does that qualify as east? I don't know about that. Let's... I guess head back the way that we came would be the best route. And around here. And maybe now this way? Yeah. Probably anyways. This seems to take us in the right direction. Okay, let's see if this is it. Entry prohibited Theopolis Ruling Council. Okay, let's check our map. Spiral Cave, that sounds right. Oh, I literally step in and get attacked by demonic satyrs. Pretty cool. I think I remember seeing these full. Wow, 2 misses. That's bad. I think I remember fighting these guys in the arena. And as with everything else, they fall quickly. Okay, anyways, as I was saying, let's go ahead and drop a save here. And see how far we can get. The Mines of Brumir, Pride of Zvarta. Very eerie music. Good lord. Definitely sets the theme to this place. And we have places to set mining bombs and loot things. Excellent. Massive potion, not really impressive. I can steal those a dime a dozen. Well, I suppose the point of stealing is no payment whatsoever, let alone a dime. Or not even a dime. So, continuing on. I wonder if those bones are something I can check out. Oh well, we're far past it now. Maybe I'll remember to check them on the way out. Or we can look at these. Let's walk on them. Cedar, gargoyle, yeah. I feel like I want a little bit more damage on the road. Of course, I mean, for stealing, he's stealing some nice damage, so. And I think Sid could probably handle this all by himself. Scanning really just guarantees that we actually have it on our list. On the bestiary list, rather. So, what do we have? Nothing? Always a little weird about these nothing caves. Like, I feel like maybe there's some secret I'm not figuring out. But I guess not. Yes, definitely has a very obvious kind of spiraling. Ooh, watch the cutscene. There we go. As you enter the huge lava-filled chamber, the sulfurous air ignites your senses. You are overcome by a vision of the past. And back to where we left off, and now in a... we seeing ourselves, so I guess we get color. No! All these people. So that's an obvious thing we could be able to push. Aha! Some kind of dark and evil... I mean, it looks kind of like Venom's face, so who knows. Come to me, insects. Yes, master. Ah, yes, your weak mind served me well. Oh, the first ones go into great little rocks. That works. Continue to my temple, maggots. Yes, master. So Cyril's going to have to go in for this. I'm betting by the position of that rock, those are not going to stay there. Obey me and give purpose to your meaningless lives. I will be the god of this world. Now show me your utter obedience. Yes, master. I guess they're going to go in. Nothing can stop me. Alright. I think that seems like as good a stopping point as any. I do hope you enjoyed. If you have, don't forget to leave a like and let me know what you think in the comments. But until next time, catch you later.